Hello everyone and welcome back. It's another lovely sunny day here in the UK and it's stupidly hot. But there we go, we're doing another live stream carrying on with the Voron 2.4 build, which you can see here. And this time we're actually going to be doing Stealthburner as much as possible because we're going to be starting with it as opposed to last time when we tried to do it and had to do lots of other things first and didn't quite get there. So now we're on to Stealthburner. Stealthburner beta, it's not released, so yes. But yeah, good evening everyone. Hope you're all doing well, or at least okay. I like how Ella's just on the train whenever I do a stream. It's train o'clock. Good evening, Sebastian. So yes, I do have to mention we are sponsored today by LDO, BigTreeTech and OneTwo3D as they have provided parts for me to do this build, but we don't have to do adverts and stuff all the way through, so that's good. So today we're going to be covering Stealthburner and we've got a giveaway. Don't forget the giveaway. So today's giveaway is pretty epic. There'll be, how many things are we giving away? Right. We are doing another daylight LED, so my daylight LED PCB, another one of these, so super bright LED PCB on a stick. You can find more about it on the website. And another one of my things will be cauliflower, so we're giving away another, how many should we do? 3 cauliflowers. I think that's probably cool. So again, that'll be from my website. And then BigTreeTech have provided a few things, 2 of which will be given away today. And that is, so 2 EBB 36 with a max 31865 chip. So that's 2 of the CAN control board things. Not that. Two of these. So these very tiny little things. 2 of these, which is the CAN enabled toolboard. Obviously they won't both go to the same person, they go to different people. And we'll be giving away the version with the max 31865 chip. So that's the chip that will allow you to use the PT1000, which is a temperature sensor. So we've got a big old selection of things. You cannot win more than 1 prize. Let's just put that in there next to it. We won't be doing the rule that we did last time. So last time I said you have to be in the live stream, and that obviously made it a little bit difficult for some people because when they, well, it just made it difficult because some people watched like a lot of the stream and then didn't win anything or didn't even have a chance. And some people that just joined at the end then were able to win things. So I think it's fair that we don't worry about whether you're here or not. I would obviously encourage you to stay for as long as you like, or as long as you can. But you don't have to be here if you can't be here. So in just a second, I'll give you that link and you can start playing like here should be. So yeah, daylight on a stick, 3 cauliflowers and 2 EBB 36 expansion boards from BigTreeTech. So give BigTreeTech/BQ a bit of love. You can go find their website, just Google BQ equipment, BIQU. They've got their own shop and obviously they resell through quite a few people as well, so I'm sure you're familiar with their things. They've supported me quite a lot now, and to be honest, I'm a pretty big fan. I mean, regardless of them obviously being generous with providing me things, their control boards have not let me down at all so far, and I've used quite a few of them, so overall pretty impressed. I mean, generally very, very easy to recommend from my point of view. But anyway, that's enough of that. So, doop-be-doop-be-doop-be-doop-be-doo. Yes, Stealthburner. So, instructions-wise, and assembly-wise, I think we can sort of get started with it straight away. I do need to take a bit of this heaty mess off of this part, because I forgot about it. Otherwise, though, we're pretty much there. There's definitely some, looks like some chunks of the bed come away with this part. Bonded a little bit too strongly. Yeah, that's okay. So, yeah, carriage together, heated inserts we've done, this we've done. Obviously, I'm trying to be a bit careful about the manual, as it does say, out of date for reference only. I'm trying to observe the parts too to make sure we've not missed anything there. It looks like we're pretty safe at the moment. So thread inserts wise, this is what we did manage to do last time. A couple on this piece and a few more on here. And then in this piece, one in here, one in here. So next, it looks like this BMG assembly. I need to get that out because I have not got this. I'm a little bit less prepared than I would normally be for a live stream today, because I've spent all day, literally all day, packing new divider PCB kits, because I had sold out of all the ones that I had from before. So yes, it takes quite a while to do. I've packed about 80% of 50 new kits, so none of them are actually finished yet, but there were some orders on Friday which I was not able to fulfill immediately, so I had to get them done as soon as possible. So I've done them on the weekend. We are looking for a little bit of lubrication, I think, as well. Not included on these parts, I believe. So we do need thread locker, which we've got here, and lubricate the needle bearings with grease before installation. Yeah. So we need to get some greasy boys out. Right, let's relax and actually get started doing some assembly things. I'll try to be a little bit better with the camera this time. I was pretty shocking at getting the camera pointed in the right direction in the last stream. Half the time we were looking at the wall or something, so I'll do my best to improve. I make no promises though. So we've got a genuine kit this time for the Bondtech gears. I have used clone ones before, which have looked alright, but this time we're going for the real deal. Hello everyone joining in, hello, hello, hello. Oh poop. So I see a question there, can you do a VZ-Box series after this one? I think I was asked that earlier in the series. I mean, I do want to, don't get me wrong, this would be a cool thing to do. But it's just not as easy as wanting to do it. And so we got a bearing here, and a bearing here. This one here, and this one here. Lubricate the needles, so we need to get this assembly part. Oh! It is greased. Ah, that's excellent, so we don't have to deal with this. Would you do a 330 or a 32 or a 235 if you did manage to do one? I'd probably go 235, partly for space reasons as much as anything. But I generally don't print stuff that's very big, so I don't need anything much larger. Oh. I'll have to talk to Mello about that, I guess. Good suggestion though. I've written it down. Getting sponsors to, because I can't afford to just keep buying printers, but I do love building them and sharing that process with you. So I'm happy to do it as long as we can get some sponsor on board or something. So if we put this in here, easier said than done. What I'm going to do is a little knife. I think there might be some extra material here that we can just gently try and get rid of. Ooh, that cuts really, really nicely. Very satisfying. What I might give it a little attempt at here. This might not be a good idea, so don't copy it if it's not. I feel like that needs to go in a little bit further. I want a thing to just press this on here. some extra gubbins around the edge that we need to get rid of. I found that when printing this polycarbonate carbon fibre material, that while the outside walls look very, very smooth, the bridging performance is kind of naff, and I think that might be related to the maximum print speed. From the suggestions in Prusa Slicer, you have to print it very, very slow. Oh yes, that's good. Oh yes. Happy with that. Next, we need this piece. Oh, we've got to press the bearing into this piece too, so this. I think we need like an M5 screw. That'd be, I think, ideal. Because that's about what this is, isn't it? Yeah. It's not going to go down to there though. We need something else. I'm not sure if I think an M5 washer is going to be, yeah, it's going to be too big because that's bigger than the head of the M5 screw. What about this? That's going to be the wrong size. Some sleeve that can go over the top. Let's see what I've got elsewhere. It's going to be an M5 screw that's a bit shorter, I think. So maybe an M5 by 10 or something. That'll help guide it in from the back. And then some sort of thin shim or spacer. I mean, a printed thing would probably be ideal, but what we might be able to find is some of those like aluminium spacers that they use with V-slot wheels. I think that's a good second best option. They typically come just larger than M5, so hopefully that will work. Let's have a look. Sizing wise, that looks pretty good. So let's take that out, put that in. Oh, no, that's not going to work. Oops, it is. Going to need, I think, the long one, and then lots of these spacers. And then clamp that into that, and that should go. Oh, well, it's pushed in mostly by hand now with that. That's helped align it, though, really nicely. Oh, have I just done it perfectly by hand? I think I have. Well, that was quite easy. Okay, this comment. I'm missing a heatset insert. Wah, bah, bah. Where? 3 on that piece. Oh, is it? That one has moved to the back. Ah, the side here. There's a side one. Is that the one you meant, or have I missed another one? Internal one. Ooh. Is it there? I think I found it in there. I mean, internal is a weird name. Well, this is not going to work for me. There's not... In order to get that heat set in, I need to be able to see it from this angle. And it's no possible. I don't see how that's going to work. Regardless of what heat inset tool you're using, that can only go in one key. Well, I think it might be at a slight angle as well, actually. Another internal one. Is that one here? That looks like it could be one right here. That seems to be the right size. Yes. Brill. Thank you very much for helping me point those out. Or for pointing those out, helping me find them, whatever. You know what I mean. Thank you. Hopefully we've got them all now. I'm trying to... so, I've been so busy this weekend, it's insane. Having spent all day packing divider kits. So, I do want to put together a kit for these. So, I'm not confirmed that it's going to be viable yet. We might have to find an alternative for the motor. Because, although the motor's cool, it's probably not... It's expensive to buy motors just to put them on a block like this. So I'll find an alternative equal mass solution for that, hopefully. I think washers is probably a good replacement. Maybe large washers, because you get a lot of material for the price, or just like some stock steel. But it's useful to have like zinc plated, because then it won't corrode, whereas just like stock steel will not be coated. Unless I can find some random shop online that just sells blocks of steel or something. Anywho, so this goes on here, and this goes over here. I haven't put this thing on tight yet. I'm assuming that it will give me a step for aligning that at some point. Could the weight not be a box that we can fill with whatever we want? I mean, yeah, it kind of can, but if I'm going to be selling them and I'm going to have a printed parts option, I want the printed parts to be kind of efficient, if you see what I mean. I don't want to be having to print parts that take twice as long or have lots of support and overhangs and things. So there may be a little bit of redesign there. If the ideal solution would probably be something that can fit a stepper motor or something else. But we'll see. I'll find something. What make of filament are the parts printed in? So the majority of the parts, the grey and the red, are Ooze Nest. So who's probably my recommended supplier at the moment. They're providing me lots of filament and it's blooming brilliant. The best thing is their ABS comes in lots of different colours. So a lot of ABS suppliers just have like 1 or 2 colours, some just like black and white or something like that. But Ooze Nest has like 30 colours or something crazy. Don't quote me on that, but it's a lot of different colours. Instructions. Stepper motor. So I've got a different stepper motor. So, well, it's an LDO stepper motor. It's still from LDO, of course. But I decided to buy this one, which should be the slightly improved, less hot one. I think the other slim one I had was a bit of an extra hot motor. It probably would have been fine. But this one I think is slightly improved. What about a key back like switch wire? A key back? I don't understand, Mike. What? This goes on here. Oh, it's this way. Oh, auto-retracting, like, oh, those are kind of gross, but I'm surprised Switchwire uses them. Auto-retracting keychain, yes. And here we want an M3x8. What's the giveaway? You should be able to see a pinned thing, comment, that's what we call it. The details are in there. It'll be 2 EBB36, the BigTreeTech CAN board, tool expander thing, as well as 3 calibration flowers, cauliflowers from my shop, and a Daylight PCB. You cannot win more than one thing though. What was the keyback? Why do we need a keyback? What was... What was that about? For this, instead of having a counterweight, use a key back. Is that what that was about? Turned into a cart board. Yes. Amazing. That must be a really... Maybe I do need to look at switch wire. Oh, do they... What is a cauliflower? A cauliflower is this calibration print that comes with a calculator that helps you dial in size and skew correction on your 3D printer. I've got a video about it and another updated one coming up, but it's, in my opinion, bloody fantastic, and I've had similar reports from many people that have also used it. Next we go this with the spring tension thingy. They use it as a counterbalance for the gantry y-axis. Huh. I'm guessing it's not the same, the normal kind of weedy cheap ones then. Is it something a bit more proper? It's not the kind of thing that you have your ski pass on when you go skiing and shit like that. I think that's the first time I remember having one. That goes in here, M3 by 25. Ah, that's useful. I don't think there's a 25 normally in the kit, is there? So I did have one or two of those. That's weird. Why you no go in hole? That's bizarre. Is it supposed to just thread in? Maybe it is. Well it's not made it to the screw on the other side. I think this might call for a longer screw. Right, just got to put it all the way in. It's still going. Sorry, camera, go on Adam. Wakey wakey. Guess that's all right. So that goes there. M3 by 16 for the cover. Where's this going? Over this side somewhere. What? Oh, I think I found it. There it goes. M3 by 16. Doesn't look too different. Yeah, 240p is not great for observing details, typically. I feel like these holes should be not catching in the way that they are. This is going to thread into here. So if it's going to pivot, this needs to be an open hole, and it is not currently. It needs to be a through clearance hole. It's currently trying to tap into it, which is not perfect. So, oh no, we don't want to go too loosey-goosey. 3.3, I think. 3.3. I feel like progress is very slow today. Is this right? Yeah, that's the right hole. I might redo this one down here as well. Because I'm not sure why that's threading into both sides. I'm pretty sure that should not be. What? Does anything go on the back here? That's my question. I don't know what happens, because I must mount onto this. Is there space for a screw to go through the back there? I think there is. I think we might put a slightly longer screw than the M3 by 25. We might go for M3 by 30. Because I think that's going to work a bit better. I mean, that's very long. see if it fits though. Oh, can't really see. So there's like there's a cutout here. I'm not sure if it's for this screw or what, but I mean that will fit there, I believe. So as far as I can tell, that's fine. It sticks out the back, which is why I was a little bit unsure by quite a long way. 3 mil. But if I don't do that, there's a lot of clearance. There's just not much thread engagement in that brass insert if I don't do that. I think generally the M3 holes are all a little bit on the tight side, which is mildly unfortunate. I think it's just because the carbon fibre, I just found it a little bit difficult to control the tolerances when printing. How much were they? Are they like £30 or something? Okay, that's that one. This feels super tight. This feels like a breaking, snapping scenario if we're not careful. £18 each. Ooh. Yeah. That's pretty pricey. For a printer, like, and it's needed for that specific type of design, that's not totally ridiculous. But ta-da! Oh, that's a bit wobbly. Let's make it a bit tighter. This is a bit wobbly. Just a little bit wobbly. There we go, that's nice now. An M3x6 to close it off. Ooh, do we have M3x6? I think I might have purchased some separate M3x6 purely because I knew I was going to be doing the burning of the Stealth. I've got the M3x50s that I need there as well. Question is, where did I put them? Is this some M3x6? This is M3x6. Oh, these came with the LEO kit, so. Again, hole's too tight. Nice. does become pretty whacking huge once you put all this stuff on it, but nice, 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 nice. This is just an electronic screwdriver. I bought two. This cheap one for like 13, 14 pounds or something, and then this expensive one for something like 85. I don't know if I recommend them. This one, just because it's cheap, it's kind of useful, but this, for the price, all you really get extra is that it's a little bit quieter and you don't have to press two different buttons. You press one button and then turn your hand. But it's in such a stupid place. You have to hold the screwdriver like right at the back. It's like just super unbalanced. Like normally you'd want to hold it like this, and there's no buttons here. How long do you think you will still need to finish the assembly? A while. I don't know, I've never done it before. M3 by 25 and this latchy doory thing. Again, what's it screwing into? This through works fine. Okay, should be good. Nice. So now we've gone to, so this is where I got to work out what's going to work and what's not going to work. I have those arms for doing, I lost it, but I've got it somewhere. Yeah, so here's an arm that we could use. Maybe I'll prepare it anyway. So in terms of can, I'm trying to still use the can controller thing, but I do want my wiring to be pretty tidy and attractive. And I'm not sure I have a manageable way to achieve that right at this very moment. So I'm going to be observing both options, or multiple various options, whatever, as we go, hopefully find something that works. This needs something to rest on, probably, for best performances. What can we use? What can we use? What about this? Oh yes, I have to do the LEDs. I don't have any kit for that or anything either, so hopefully I manage it. So let's just update on where we've got to. So we've gone obviously through quite a lot of this manual now, through this latch mechanism, the cover, the other latchy bit, and then this is part of the cable management. It looks like it screws on from both sides, which is kind of weird, but that's a thing. And then we go on to the front part. So just so you know what we're doing. So this goes on here. But this is, you see, this is where it gets difficult. This is not going to fit here. It simply will not. I mean, it does like this, but I've got to put this board on. Oh, I keep picking up the Voron. I have to get this board on here. So So for mounting this, we've got this, I think is the right one to be using. It looks a bit under extruded. Why does it come out a bit under extruded? It's not, doesn't look great. Have we got another option? Not in there. Some other options in here. It's a little bit under extruded, but it would be fine. So this would work, but I need something to cable manage. I'm not going to be able to use the big connector thing that I was planning to use, because I don't have, because Stealthburner is not released, I don't have the full CAD for it. So I've not been able to design a mount. So that's a thing. And then we've also got to work out, to get these on, we need longer screws. So different screws for these, which we've already put on. So this one will go onto here, for example. So normally it would mount directly to those. That's how this is like designed to mount. But because it's mounted diagonally and there's an ADXL chip on here that we want to be able to use to do acceleration, we need to mount it like square, like. So it's going to go this way up, and we need to mount it like this. So these things are basically an adapter to go from this angle to normal angle. So we'll rotate from, well, it would kind of from this to this. The downside is they're kind of thick. So then that mounts on there, and that mounts on there, that mounts on there. So by the time you're there, you're like 50 mil away from here, and this is never going to fit. But you have this managey bit at the top, which you can put your cables on to hopefully go back to the controller, and that's just your 4 CAN wires. So size-wise, it should be okay. But we need a different screw over here. This motor one needs to be much longer. So what was that? I think this was already 30. Ooh. That's already 30. I think that's the longest M3 screw that's included in this kit. So I need a 35, I think. Did I pick out this 35? No, there's also 30. 35 or 40. 50 is going to be too long. So let's see if we should have some M3x35s. I think that's going to be an ideal length. 30, 25, 16, 10, 8. No, that's too short. Have a look around all the other boxes for other screws. Not that one. What about this one? Oh, I need a ruler to measure them because otherwise I'll just eyeball it and get it wrong. This. So, box of screws is this. That's 40. Ooh, this looks about right. Oh, that's 30. Any of them? Aha, 35. At some point I mixed my 30 and 35 screws so they're both in the same box. But there you go. So hopefully that will go through there. And that then gives us some extra thread poking out the back, which we can put this doobly-doo on. I quite like some longer thread here as well, really. So what was this? I think this was 8. Eight or 6? That's 8. So probably 10. Do I not have 10? Find some 10s. This is the downside of working with what is technically beta. There you go. So now we've got a few more threads poking out the back, which means we've got more to grab onto here. I do want to tighten those down. Should be able to find a bit in here. Will this hold this? Nope. Will this hold this? Yes. Oh shit. Okay. I think I've got oil on my face. It's made me itchy. Got a random M3x6 screw. So putting this on here could do, I mean M3x6 would probably be good. Heat set insets, yep. So which one are we going to use? The fat boy or the skinny boy? These two are identical apart from this piece at the top. I'm not sure what makes one better than the other. I think this one will look nicer. This one is a bit big for the number of wires I'm going to be using. So let's get the heat set inserts on. So 2, I think. Right, so that then goes on here. It's a bit of an ugly part, this. It looks a bit naff, but it'll be fine. Which is more M3x6. I don't know how convenient it's going to be to have this installed at the moment or anything like that. It might be that we actually don't want it here until later. Is that actually... I'm not sure it's reaching the threaded inset. The inserts look like they're designed to go a little bit deeper. No, that's not going to be enough. So we want the 8mm screws for this. This is what I mean by slowing down and improvising, because like there's not much instruction on what to do at this point for adding this. This is a new product on top of a beta product. A little bit wibbly wobbly, not my favourite design. There's a lot of... So these standoffs are obviously designed to give lots of space because normally it's going directly to the PCB. Whereas now we have this interface in the middle, we've got an enormous gap with a plastic part. I mean, you could have this plastic part directly up against the motor pretty much. I mean, yes, you could actually, yep, not even pretty much, that can contact. So it'd be nice to reclaim those couple of millimeters. One could cut the ends off the hex post, but or just replace them with printed posts or something. Definitely needs an improved solution for long term, but let's have a measure. There won't be a Z chain. Z chain. Yes, yes, I know what you mean. Well, it shouldn't stick out any further than this. Oh, it does. By quite a lot. Plus with the wires sticking out the back. So we're going to need to remove some material here, I think. So that's nearly 5 millimeters. Well, I'm not sure I'm going to have space for that gap, so... Oh, hang on. If I just... Let's have another look. Maybe I've put this on the wrong way around or something. No. I think that could only go that way. But we could do with these posts being 5mm shorter, I think. This is not easy, eh? This is not easy. Maybe I think the best thing to do, seeing as I can't verify anything in CAD, is to leave it as it is, because there's no point in adjusting things if we don't need to. And when we get to the part where we have this on the printer with everything else available, then we can come back to Stealthburner and make any modifications that we need to do to get everything together. For now, it shall remain as this. I do expect modifications will be needed. We've also missed a screw somewhere because we don't have anything to latch the latch on. We need a latching screw. I think it's an M3x25, but I don't know if they have more. Nope. Where is it? There we go. I feel like that latch is a little bit more difficult than the Clockwork 1 version. Let's see where we get to. We'll put that on the side for now. And this is actually Stealthburner now, because that assembly is Clockwork 2. Right. Time for a quick drink, because it's tres warm. So it looks like we've got to trim off some material here. Whoop. I'm probably going to carry on, I'll do both at the same time I think, and we'll decide at the end depending on how assembly goes with each material. I suspect we might come into some issues with the polycarbonate one. These are not very easy to snip. I'm going to be back in 2 minutes because I think I've got some oil on me and I'm just going to clean it off. Let's put you on intermission briefly. Right. In fact, I've just... Hart has just sent me something about Chaos Maker mounts for this board. Oh, that might be the one I already have. This is the one I'm using, yes. Let me share the link. This is the GitHub for the camboard mounts. There do seem to be some standoff mounts in many different lengths, which I probably should have acquired. In fact, why don't I download these? Maybe we can get some printed off. With the V0, should be able to do that. It's going to be the weird colour though if I do that. Be good enough to test. So there's 100 million various different standoff options. Let me... So if I pull this up here. Now I will share the screen in a second. Just come in. So these are all the options. Bibbidi bobbidi, boom. So it looks like there's a round type, a teardrop type. I'm not sure why you would ever print them laying down because they're almost guaranteed to fail like that. I'd have thought. Because you need amazing layer adhesion for those to work at all. And then it's just about which length I need. I reckon 16.5 mil. It'd be close, but if we take all of this lot off, maybe this lot off, and then this, and then we've got a few different lengths, and then we'll add, oh we can't. Oh, I don't need 4 of each, we need 2 of each, do we? Nitwit. So I shall print 3 of each. Those are very, very close. Right, so we'll do V0, Voron solid ABS, so these will be the wrong colour, but we can do them now. Unless I move the red across, I could do that too. Let's just try these. Is that going to go? Yeah, okay, it started. Cool. So those will get printed now, and hopefully we'll have them in a little while. So here we are, trimming these off of here. Trimmed fan, so is that, I talked about that at the start. Yeah, here. Right, this is going to be a bit of an adventure, I think. Oh, here's the other motor that we were going to use. That motor is out now. I think this is the fan. That's one of the fans, and then we've got a 4010 here too. Kind of provided by the good old OneTwo3D. So, what are we removing here exactly? Remove the front of the 5015 fan, clip off and file down the stock mounting ears. Trimming jig STL included in the release to make this task easier. Do not damage the rear housing in the process. Do not damage the rear housing in the process. Because this material is quite brittle, I'm going to put some safety glasses on because this plastic might ping all over the place. I didn't ping too much at all. I haven't actually printed the jig, but I do have to properly cut them off, don't I? There's no way that's going in there. In fact, is that going in there regardless? Ah, what was that? Hopefully that's going to hold it in, because I've just snapped it, if not. I think that's meant to be flexible, but it is now broken. This looks kind of solid. feel like a cutting implement, a sawing implement rather, would be better than this. I think like a junior hacksaw would be a good tool for this job. Or can we just like gradually blade through it? No, that's gonna cause somebody a mischief. Have a small junior hacksaw. What an excellent job I've done of that. Now let's do the other one without cutting the fan wire off. Oh no, we're not quite through yet. There we go. Here's a handy little hacksaw. It's a junior hacksaw. Not sure because it's called, if it's called junior because it's meant for children, or if it's just for small things. But I use it for small things. Pretty good. I think that was definitely the right tool for that job. It has performed adequately. We do need some additional work though. The first side I got really nice and close, but the second one is has a bit more room. Additional material so we don't have to file it off of it. Does this fit? I mean, this arm here has to be. Are you going umbilical? I've not fully decided yet. Probably yes. If we can work out how to do it. So back down here, where were we? Instructions, tabs, fan. Yeah, so it looks like this little arm that I've snapped. So if you look here, there's this like little curved part, and I pulled it and it springs because it's springy. I don't know if I should cut the extra plastic off or what, because this wouldn't fit in here without moving that. And I think, judging by the way it fits, that it's supposed to sort of spring back and hold that fan in place. Maybe it helps stop some vibration and whatnot. So now we need some M3. I do have some. I shall go get some. But I don't think there's any of those in this kit as standard. So obviously now we've pulled those ears off, we need something to hold this fan in. It's odd that we're using countersink screws. Ooh, right. Gonna have to use. It does look pretty cool though, doesn't it? So we've got that fan in. I haven't considered this one as an option. Let's give it a go, shall we? Let's see. What was the votes last time? Do we go red or do we go black? Like dark grey carbon fibre edition? I don't recall what the votes came out to. The vote was yes. Black is better. Black, always black. Yes. Okay, I think we'll keep trying with the carbon fibre edition then. Yeah, there will be RGBs, RGBs. The NeoPixel type LEDs, digitally dressed RGB LEDs. It's Pushment carbon fibre. Right, this is where things start to get a little bit more complicated, eliminated, because we've got to put these things in. I bought a big bag of them, but I've lost them. Oh, they're probably in this box. I put the little things in the box so that I didn't lose them. But inevitably, I seem to have still lost them. Right, I know where there are some, so I shall fetch those. So these ones, mine are not quite round. I suppose they're sort of round. So this is going to have to do some actual soldering, I think, now. So I might have to switch out our tip. Where's the rest of my... That'll do. So take this away, don't need this now. Oh, this is not great. It's a bit cheap, this box. The thing doesn't fit very well. Instead, we need up here these. And then we need some wires. I've got lots of long, extra thin wires. Some colour to these wires would have been good, but I don't think we have same size and anything other than black. Okay, this will work. We have some purple from the previous build, from the V Minion, but it will be hidden, so that might be okay. Oh, this is also the wrong wire. I don't want this. This is too big. This is the fat wire. We don't want fat wire, we want thin wire. Oh, this is all just going to come apart as soon as I take this tape off. I hadn't thought about that. Oh, it looks like there's a little management hole thing, so hopefully we're alright. But we don't need loads here, do we? So maybe I'll just cut a length off like this. And there's a hole there, so hopefully we can jam this through that hole. Maybe? No? We shall cover it up with tape. So the next question is, do these fit in here? So it looks like, according to these instructions, we need to get this orientation just right. And we need some extra light. Okay, okay. So it looks like it's from this angle here. It's saying put them in so they're like this. So it lines those horizontals. I mean, Mine have got great whopping capacitors on the front, and it looks like the intended design does not. So these I don't think are going to fit. Mine have to go the other way around if they're going to fit. You see, if you look here, there's no way. So, oh, the way it shows with the pads, the long way the pads go, results in this, where the capacitors on the side are going to interfere. So mine has to go this way, but I then don't know how I'm going to be able to solder connectors, wires on the back and still get those to go in. Interesting. This is going to be difficult. Especially once I've added those in. There's going to be such little space for getting those back in here. Oh yes, obviously you solder the wires and then insert them. Yes, I think that goes without saying. But it doesn't make the job any easier. I think these wires are even going to be too big. I need a D in, a D out, and then the 5V and ground. So it's 4 wires and they're each massive. I don't know if we have any smaller wire. Oh, we've got that Ethernet wire. I mean, it's kind of gross looking, but I think that's the only thing that's going to be small enough gauge to be workable here. Is this even any smaller than what I just used? Don't know if it is. Basically the same size, so maybe that's not any better. Oh dear. Right. Well, let's just give it a go, I guess. It's really tiny and going to be quite difficult to solder to, I think, but we don't have many options, so we'll just have to try. Good evening, Andy's 3D Corner. Yeah, so wires in the center, so I'm just planning. Yeah, so the wires have got to go from here. They've got to go from here all out this way. This, and this, or I mean, I don't think it matters which one goes plus and which one goes minus. I'm not sure how long I want lengths and stuff at the moment, so we'll just go stupidly long until I work out exactly how long everything needs to be. In fact, sure. I might grab that Ethernet wire back again and use one of the cables from that. So we've got a different colour for a 5 volt and our ground. Need soldering iron on, otherwise it's not going to work very well. So with the D in and D out, it's important that you chain them correctly. So D out goes to the next LED, and D in has to come from the control board. So you go from control board to D in, then D out to D in, and then D out back to... Just go back. It must go somewhere. I guess it doesn't. Okay. So we use 5 volts, it's white. Where did that black wire go? On the ground. Black will be ground. So first things first, I mean so I'm using blue tack here, which is really not the best. It's going to hold it in place, but it doesn't like the high temperatures, so it's not perfect, but hopefully it'll be enough to just hold it in place. And then we want to tin the wires as well. Tinning wires is where you need like 6 fingers to do it. That tins really nicely. So white is going to be our 5 volts, so we'll put that one on here. And then black is going to be our ground. This is getting impossible already. I've only done one wire. Why is that not going to bend down? These small wire, the white Ethernet ones are definitely much more flexible. So then we need the D out and the D in, so D out's going to be the short one. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Okay, that's sort of attached. I mean, it's not very good, but it's technically connected. Need some very small wires to help me manipulate this wire, I think. Let's turn a little more. Oh. Right, let's see if this fits. Oh my gosh. It actually works. It's a miracle. Okay. So now we have to work out what comes next. So we've got that one is going up here. The 5 volts I think has got to go over here. The short data line has got to go over here. Black ground line has got to go over here. And they connect to the LEDs down there with as much extra cable as we can allow ourselves to make it not too ridiculously difficult. Weirdly, those... How's this going to work? If they've got to all go in and then all come back out the same side? Or do they go up around? It says just one way, but I think we're going to need this side. Doesn't look like there's any room for wires that side, so... Have I wired them in wrong? No, they don't have to come back, do they? Of course they don't. No. Or do they? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Look further down the manual. Yeah, this is the guide of how those go. I just can't remember. if this will work. I think I need to connect both these 5-volt bits together and both ground bits together so they're wired in parallel, otherwise I don't think the power will go through properly. So we're going to get some extra wire and just bodge that together. Oh no, hang on, it's going to need... We do need 2 wires. We do need 2 5-volt wires, that's what we need. By serially you mean in parallel. So you got... So let's try and sketch it on. So this is what I'm thinking. We have, oh dear. So we have an LED here and we have an LED here. They each have 6 pads. This is the best sketch ever. And then this is the control board or whatever that they're going to end up plugging to. So we go here to here, here to here, and here to here, and then here to here, here to here, and here to here. So this is like maybe 5, this is the +5 rather, and then this is the D in, and then D out, and then this one down here is going to be ground. Wow, what a work of art. It just means that this one then has 3 wires here and 3 wires here, which is a lot of wires for a very tiny, I mean, I've got 4 in there at the moment. I don't know how long I need to make this wire. I think a lot longer than what I have. Maybe I'll make it green because reasons. There's that, and then we need this other black wire. Yeah, I think these wires are definitely larger than what is recommended. Because this is not easy. This is probably like 24 or something. definitely too big for the job, but unfortunately it's kind of just what I've got. I don't think I bought any specific wire. My bad. Why are you not melting? Melt, please. How am I feeling about these? This ground wire this side could definitely be better. It's a little bit lacking in the integrity department. There we go, that's nice. Okie dokie. So I got the outside all on there and the inside all over here. So that's worked. Does it still fit? That's the question, now that we've got a stupid number of wires there. It does! Magic! Okay. Now all we have to do is wire these last three to this little LED. You're a wizard, thank you. Serene! Hello, man. You're a lizard, Gary! Right, now we've got to make sure we wire this LED the right way around, otherwise this is not going to work. So it's got to go in here, this way round-ish. So this is going, yeah, so that's the correct direction. Does it fit in the first place? That's the first question. No, it doesn't. Why not? Let's get in there, sort of in, but definitely not quite. There's some extra material in the way, I think. Where's my little knife gone? The little knife. Can anyone see the little knife that I was using? The little folding out knife? No? Anyone? Oh, it's fallen on the floor. That's not very safe. Still something weird going on here. Oh dear. It's just not going in quite right. What I could do, I suppose, is give it a gentle sanding. It's sort of in, it's not square for some reason, it's... Okay, that'll go now. So let's bend these wires around 90 degrees. Shorten that one. Don't want anything like that long. Congratulations on the better signal. Right, so we did black for ground, didn't we? So that's this side. We'll put them all on the inside as well. The side that says in, that is. No. There's one. Well, it looks like we should have adjusted the length slightly because the ground and everything else is the same length. Data in. Have I not tinned? I have. Not very well, obviously. Whew, I think we've made it. Hopefully we've not killed the LEDs in the process. Yeah, so what I've done there is you can see how the white one is tight and the purple and black are loose. I should have made the white one longer, I think. So let's see now if we can get these assembled. That's one LED, and then we'll carefully take this down here. I suppose we might be able to, can we twist that around into there first? probably could have left even more length just to make sure I can get the LEDs in their place. That's number 2. And now I think we take the wires and we poke them in the hole. One. Two. Oh my goodness. Isn't there a third LED? I've just realised. Only 2 LEDs. Yes, I've forgotten the third one. Oh no. You muppet. You absolute muppet. So why does that not want to go in there? I don't know why this is red. Whatever. So I've made a mess there, haven't I? So I guess this now needs, I'll just have to cut these ones to do the third LED. So those have got to go up to here. Why did nobody point out that I missed an LED when I drew my silly diagram? Or is that what this side's for? Are these supposed to go up here? Let's check the instructions again. Is a third one even really needed? Well, I think so. It would look better. I don't know how much light is going to get through this quite solid piece that I've printed. I mean, if I made a red thing in the middle, it'd be easiest. Did I make a red one? To be honest, a red, if I have a red one of those, that's probably going to be the easiest solution, and also will probably look the best. Let's be honest. Because there's no clear ABS. I've found one, Ooze Nest have a natural ABS, so there's no added colours, but nope. Okay, I think So yeah, that goes in here. I've got to work out how this goes. And good luck getting this thing out if you get it fractionally wrong. And there's no way. How am I going to... Ooh, I've got an idea. An Allen key. It's kind of in there. Why is it so deeply recessed? I feel like that white bit should be sticking through a whole lot more than it actually is. Sorry. I think it looks okay. Could do with a bit more heating to clear this up, but it's fine. And then we've got to work out how this little Watson-me-doodle it goes in. I think like so. Yeah, and I don't think that's coming out once it goes in. And there's barely any wire space on here. Wow, the dickens. What the actual mother of all that's holy is that supposed to work? Oh man. I think so. I'm looking at the instructions and I'm thinking that's a big solid no. There's no way that I'm going to get 6 wires in there. If I had the right gauge wire, maybe. But I'm going to use, I think, this space up the side. So if we go back to our amazing paint sketch. Ooh. I think I'm going to go from here and then go up. Oh, come on, take it up here into this one, and then this just comes straight down. So my route would be, what colour can I use this? In here, down to this one, and then do this, over to here, do this, and then up to here and do this one. Because that should still be fairly okay. We get, yeah, traffic wires, this is going to be hopefully capable of that amount of wires. And this one's going to be much easier to do 6 wires than this one. I don't think I'm going to get 6 wires on that. So we must remove the ones that we've already done. I'm going to move these wires as well. Right. Now we dive back in with yet more crazy wiring. Wasn't expecting quite so much wiring. I would definitely recommend a harness for your information. For anyone that's looking to do this, don't bother doing this yourself. So that's that one, and then we need ground, a ground. Yeah, the logo light does seem to be a bit of an extra complicated one. I think it'll look good when it's done, but is it worth it? This is always the question, isn't it? Is it worth it? I think finding a clear filament would have provided the best results. A PETG, I do have a clear PETG as it happens, and I'm sort of regretting not using that at this point. Let's just do this. This is terrible. I think I'm going to try and do this one again. And the ground one again as well, because I don't like it. Oh, why is it not gripping? Come on. Thank you. So, let's see if we can get these extra wires on. I'll just pretend that there's space. Oops, daisy. Yeah, I do want to nudge that other one over if I can. I was not very careful with the 3 that I did do on here because I didn't feel like I'd need to do many more, but now I'm doing 6. It's a bit of a different ball game. Cool, nice. And then data out. Nice, and 5 volts. Also nice. Bad idea. just leave it. Leave it alone. So that's 2. Now, LED number 3. Need to get the wires an appropriate length. So white at the bottom. And purple. This is going to be difficult. Did I mention that? I'm just concerned about getting a decent wire length, because I feel if it's too long or too short, it's not going to work. Look, obviously it's not going to work if it's too short, but if it's too long, it means we've just got wires that we have to try and squeeze in somewhere, and I don't get the impression there's much extra room in here. Okay, we've cut the 5-volt1. I think we'll just base the other ones off of that. So that's going to go to there. That one's going to be the longest. The black will be the shortest, so let's cut that. Bit shorter. Purple in the middle somewhere. Right, hopefully that's a good length, because otherwise I'm going to have to do them all again. I think we'll try and do it in the carrier for this. Why is this not gripping? There must be something stuck in it somewhere. Yes. I think it might be that. This is a lot. I would definitely recommend if you can find one pre-made. I think Linneo make one, or will be making one when when it's all released. I can almost certainly recommend it, just based on this experience of time, effort, potential for error. Oh, that's a lot of solder. Okie dokie. I don't actually want these ones bent. Why did I bend them? Oh, I put this in the wrong way around. No, that's okay. So, easy way. Ground first. Soldering this one should be reasonably easy. Data into the middle. 5 volts to here. Oops, daisy. I might be wrong about my theory for which would be easier actually, because that wire will quite easily go across there. It's probably pretty easy to do 6 wires to this one. So maybe don't listen to my advice. Oh, getting hungry. You won't be able to link any products. You won't be able to use links. OneTwo3D have the linear ones in stock. They have them. God, should have got one. Right. This LED in here. This LED in here. Please. Thank you. And then this LED in here. Might be a good idea to test them before you put them in, but I've not done that, so hold it. You go under here, here, here. Oh my goodness, right. That was a lot of wiring. Two and a half hours, blimey. Only 750, that's 100% worth it. Based on my experiences here today, that seems like a good investment. Instructions wise, what are we going to do next? Fan, hot end fan and pot cooling fan. So that one comes down here. To these. Not sure where these cables go. My design looks a little bit different to, oh no, maybe not. It goes here, so it's just sort of hanging out here, is it? Got to get these LED cables back in. Just hope like hell that the length on these cables is long enough, because I have no idea how long they're meant to be. Why have I put that in wrong order? Come on, green first. Then black. Whew. And then we need the other fan, 4010 fan. No hacking and slashing for this one, this should just go in. Go in, go in. My ground wire is very much on the limit of length. And I think it's cutting off the corner here. Oh my days, I think we've managed it. That is dense. That's some pretty ridiculous CAD skills to do that. I think I used 70, 100 and 130. Well, I might be a bit short. Threaded insert, so I mean, they're going to have to turn this off and cool this down pretty sharpish. I would never recommend changing soldering tips whilst it's hot. It's not a good idea. Well, I got 144 individual LEDs. That's a lot. And because this grip has heated up, it's gone all sticky and now I can't get it. There we go. It's funny, when I started the stream I was like, we're doing Clockwork and Afterburner, but I'm sure it's only going to take like 40 minutes and then we'll move on to the next thing. It's literally taken the whole 3 hours. Don't think we need extra. So there's more heat set inserts. Let's do those two additional ones. I'm not sure if there's anything else on these other parts. I have no idea. Looks like no. Ow! Oh, 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 that was not nice. Oof. F. 100% F. That's a big F, that was. Right. We need our Hotend, our lovely Fetus Rapido. Muy Rapido. I don't think it was... the heat didn't catch me much, I don't think. Because I was moving my hand across it when I hit it. So maybe a little bit, but it's mostly just where I jabbed it in the brass at the end. Copper, I think. That's the copper one. Yes, I did get that feeling. No, I don't think I did. Maybe immediately afterwards. I don't know why they've got this on here. I think it's just to do with their speed of assembly, packaging it, to be honest, so they can get the cables in and whatever. I don't know. Oh, we do need more stuff out of here though, don't we? So we also got to take this thing off the top, get the extra screws out of here. Cauliflower, it's become a thing since I made it. It's my design. It's a cauliflower, not a cauliflower. It was originally called calibration flower, but that's a bit wordy, so it's now cauliflower, which is obviously like cauliflower, but it's a calibration flower. I realise I said that quite nasally. So I think there's a specific orientation this has to go in because of these weird wires. The weird and wonderful wires. See, this won't work. Do we have to like reassemble it in a way? This is the only way it will work like this. Is that okay with this thing on here? Oh, that does go basically straight back, so that's the right way to do it probably. I'm guessing. No, because that's going to jam right into that. That's not going to work. Unless, which way round does it go? Oh goodness. Goodness gracious me. Oh, is this extra gap for these? Don't think so. The cable is going through the cable channel. Where is this cable channel? Ah, up there. I see. Stealthburner Toolhead. Okay, let's see if there's some additional instructions. So if we look for an afterburner, then go to Stealthburner Beta. This is the main manual, so that's not what I'm after. Is there Stealthburner Toolhead Status Rapido? Here we go. To change the orientation, loosen these, remove these. Okay, so I knew I'd seen this diagram somewhere, I just didn't know where. So it's not, mine is not like that, is it? Oh, mine is like that. Mine's perfect already. How were the V2.4r2 design streams? Pretty good. They're not. There's nothing left. It's all done. Depending on where the rapido is sourced, it may come in one of two unsupported heatsink orientations. To change the orientation of heatsink, first loosen the grub screw on the side and then remove the 3 screws around the heater core. Heatsink can then be rotated. Be careful not to over tighten the screws when reassembling. This will cause the heat break to bend. Yes, but where do I assemble? That's literally that picture. That readme is literally that. STL, STL, STL. Only the standard reputation, no UHF, see the detailed notes about heatsink orientation. That's that. I think it's the zip tie that's causing me the problem, so I think I might remove said zip tie and replace with a new zip tie. And I think as long as it's the other way up, I think it'll be okay. I don't have a zip tie. These are zip ties. Itty bitty zippy ties. Yeah, so that's like the right thing. We want it going up here, don't we? That's where it's going to go. There we go, there we go. Yeah, buddy. So like that, that's how I'm going to be. Oh, let me stick a screw in and then I'll show you. Like so. So I've had to remove the zip tie here because originally that, like the fat part of the zip tie is on the bottom and it interferes with this hole, so I just turned it off, taken it off and put one on with the thing at the top. And then that whole lot lines up like that. Lovely jubbly. That's a good point. When am I printing them? I've not put on a reminder to help to remind me of when I'm going to actually print them. Soon. I will print them soon. I mean, sooner rather than later is the plan. I just don't know when that sooner rather than later will actually be. I might get them started after this. No, probably, to be honest, it'll be tomorrow at the earliest. I'm just juggling a million things, so some stuff slips, unfortunately. I'm obviously I'm going to be looking at printing the V-Minion parts in ABS and selling those on my website as well, so that's also something I'm working on. Well, that's a job for tomorrow. Right. This I know is way too long. So, instructions. Use the channel on the side of the housing to route the Hotend cables before tightening the screws. Oh yeah, I didn't see that because of this thing. PTFE tube length varies and is dependent on the Hotend used. But it wants to be 11mm out the top. So and 3x16, that's what this is. Got some 16s. Hello. There we go. I've got these too tight at the moment. Need these screws in the top. Ooh. That's weird. There's no... Oh no, they do line up. Weird. It looked like they didn't. Anything specific you remember to keep in mind while printing them? I'm not quite sure what you mean, but I don't think so. They should be pretty easy to print now. I'm not sure how deep this Hotend goes. Okay, I think that's all the way. Now we need to mark it. Where's my little ruler? I took it over there. Did I leave it over there? Calipers. Yeah, caliper's not ideal for this. How do we do? 10.7. That'll do. M3 by 12. Ooh, are there M3 by 12s in this kit? Yes, there might one there. Yes. Yeah, don't worry. I know how to use calipers. Been using them for like 10 years. We want to loosen these two, tighten this back in. Right. I mean, the belts are a bit long, aren't they? I could do with shortening those at some point. Oh, too fat. Oh, this is a bit in the way, isn't it? Right, so when this is assembled, we're going to be doing the draw for the competition. It's not the competition, stop saying competition. The giveaway. So make sure you've entered if you would like to win, if you're eligible to win, if you're legally allowed to enter, etc, etc, etc. We've got quite a few things on offer today. Quite a few draws. Got the Daylight PCB, we've got 3 cauliflowers, and we've got 2 EVB36 Toolhead boards. So there's lots and lots of stuff you can win. Oh, this lot obviously goes up through here. Upsy daisy, over the back, over there, out of there, doopy-doopy-doo. Kind of fits. Let's take that little screw out the side. Might make it a little bit easier to get stuff wired in. Oh, not up there. Let's get this sodding thing out of the way. It must be every live stream that I build a printer that I'm like, really need a bigger desk. Really need a bigger desk. Right, sorry about that. That's that in, and then this somehow goes onto here. Oh, it goes through that hole. Doopy-doopy-doo. That through there, that through there, that through there. Doopy-doopy-doo. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Apologies for the out of tune singing. Oh man, that looks freaking awesome. Ooh. Oh, this is the M3. Unfortunately, I didn't get black M3x50. Oh no, I did! They were only available in black! Yes! Glorious. Glorious victory. Just wipe the oily bits off them. This is going to look so good. feel like there's a part missing in the side there. There's a big hole in this, big hole in the side. Don't want these to be stupidly tight, so let's have a quick look at what's going on there. So it looks like these are getting a bit difficult to screw in. I'm not sure. Are they screwing into plastic? Surely not. Please no. I think it's just a hole size and alignment thing. So I'll have a go with the drilly boy. Yeah, it's this. It should go straight through this. There we go. That's nicer. Whoop. I have to say, this is probably one of the coolest looking Hotend extruder designs I've ever assembled. Holy balls, look at that. What an absolute beast. That looks so good. The top screws are too long, I would agree, but it's fine. It looks absolutely sweet as head. I'm lost for words, can't talk. It looks good, so good. It's good, so good. Do 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 do. Doodle 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 doo. I knew that it would now. Anyway, so that's Stealthburner assembled. So we can skip through the afterburner assembly on here. And then we're on to electronics. It just looks so good. And the design is actually good as well, which makes it extra impressive for me. Electronics and wiring is where the difficult things begin. And where lots of my modifications will start to kick in. That looks so good. I'm glad we made it. Hopefully those NeoPixels all work, because that took quite a while to wire up. It looks like our wire lengths for those is going to be just about fine. Fan length should be fine. Heaters, yeah, that could be difficult. Hopefully we'll find a way. They might be just long enough if we're careful and route them gently, strategically. That's the word I'm looking for. There's not a rear cover, I don't think. I mean, bear in mind this is still not fully released. This knob is very difficult to turn. Maybe it's the intention that you don't turn it while you open it and then turn it and then I don't know. Oh, it's pretty bloody sweet, I tell you that. Oh, that's why that's... So the hole I was thinking about is this side here. And I knew that latch would obviously need space to open. It's going to focus on the wrong point, I know, but you can kind of see it still. So obviously that's where that latch comes down. I think on the Afterburner it doesn't open that far, it kind of opens to here or something, whereas this one looks like it will go a lot further. I'm not sure if I needed that. I've also not tightened the gear up, so it'll be funny when we get to printing and nothing extrudes because I forgot to tighten that gear. I don't know how I'm supposed... Oh, can you do that? Oh, I bet you can do that through the door. Can you do that through the door? Is it that good? Can you get to the Bondtech gear through this door? Oh, that screw's gone right into those wires. That's not great. Okay. No. No. Okay, well we might have to do some disassembly to get... I mean, I can sort of do it from here. Yeah, I can do it from here. That's fine. Cool. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. I think that looks amazing, even though the wiring took a very long time. So now it's time for the giveaways. The many, many giveaways that we have today. So make sure you sign up. Go and give BigTreeTech's website a little bit of help as well. Not that they need help, but you know what I mean. Give them some loving support. I'll give you 3 more minutes to enter if you haven't already. So when timer goes off, that will be time for competition. Why do I keep saying competition? That will be when the prize draw, well, when you can no longer enter, and then we'll do the prize draw immediately afterwards. The order that we'll do it is cauliflowers first, and then daylight, PCB, which is one of these. The next version, the next batch will come in black, by the way, I think. So that will be fun, but at the moment, white. And then we'll finish off with the 2 expansion boards from the wonderful BigTreeTech. Colour? I don't understand. What colour is the Stealthburner printed in? It's carbon fibre. It's Prusament PC Blend carbon fibre. It is giveaway time. We're just waiting for the clock to run down and then I will pause the entries. So you can enter via the link in the pinned comment. When the timer goes off, there will be no more entries permitted. My knuckle kind of hurts from where I stabbed it and burnt it on the end of that tool. Ouch. Oh, if you can give the video a like as well, that would be wonderful. We're at 66 at the moment. 67. Give it a like. Like the video. 68. How does that carbon fibre PC print without a heated insulated chamber? You don't really, so it's PC blend, so it's Prisma's polycarbonate, which you can actually print on a Prusa Mark III as long as you don't go too exuberant with the size. And carbon fibre actually makes things much easier to print. So carbon fibre will prevent a lot of warping. It's very dimensionally stable, so I printed them on the V-Core 3. Pretty easy actually. Why is the timer not gone off? In 3, 2, 1 maybe? 14 seconds. And then we shall prevent any further entries. Come on, timer. Come on, timer. There we go. So I need to share this. And then I shall share, so this is all the entries, yep. Name and chat, 219 entries, which matches that, so that's good. We paste those in here. Boom. So, we've got to do some shuffles. How many shuffles are, tell me how many shuffles to do. Everyone spam a single number. Single digits only. Yes, you can print on a SD card if you have the right display. I'm not sure why you would, but what was the first number? What was the first number? 2 by Scott White. So 2 shuffles. I mean, technically 1 is just as random as any more than that, so that's fine. So the first draw will be for a cauliflower. 1, 2, and spin. Mike Parker. Congratulations. So Mike gets the cauliflower. Cool, that's saving the results. Is Mike still here? He is. Congrats, Mike. How many more shuffles? Time for a new shuffle number. 3. 3 is the new one. So this is another cauliflower. 1, 2, 3, and shuffle. And spin rather, not shuffle. This time is Roger Guard. Not here, but still winning, that's fine. We don't have rules on that today. And then another number for the last cauliflower. Cauliflower numero 3. 2. Leon was in there first. 1, 2, spin. So many prizes. It takes a while, doesn't it, to give away this many prizes. This time it is Joseph W. Shaw II. What a name. Joseph's also not here. Congratulations, Joseph. Cauliflower for you. Yes. Extra applause for the fantastic name. And then for the next, so that's 3 winners. So that's the cauliflowers done. So now we have Daylight PCB. So another number, one more number for shuffling. Five. Isaac was first with 5. Or maybe we don't need to shuffle it every single time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go for a Daylight PCB. LED bar thing. Daylight on a stick goes to Jacob Murray. Congratulations, Jacob. You win the Daylight PCB. I'm just going to pick numbers now for shuffling. It takes too long. So lots of shuffles. And this time we'll be going for the EBB expansion board from BigTreeTech. So this is the CAN enabling Toolhead board. And this one goes to... Polaris Channel. Polaris Channel's literally just commented as that's come up on my screen. Good timing. Oh yeah. Well done. And then the last draw of the evening, another one of the EBB 36 with the M Max 31865 board for the PT1000. They're both the same, by the way. I just didn't say that before. Lots of shuffles, and this one is going to... It's Marcus Sunman. Not in the chat, but congratulations! So I'll be sending emails out to those 6 winners. Well done, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in, watching, sticking around, all of those things. Hopefully those winners enjoy their prizes. Don't forget to check out BigTreeTech, and why not check out my website as well, because there's things on there. Vector3D.co.uk. I have a shop for cauliflowers, Daylight PCBs, and other PCB and other designy things. And there will be some printed parts on there soon, hopefully. Anyway. Next time, we'll be back for probably a very much electronics and wiring based stream as we try and get all of this stuff that we've assembled connected together to a control board in some way. I've just noticed something that could be not ideal. But we'll worry about that next time. So yeah, thanks very much everyone for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. I won't speak to you soon. I'll stream to you soon. Goodbye.